word that just keeps coming up over and over again is appreciation, is this energy and vibration of appreciation. And I think the reason appreciation, like I've moved from gratitude when I'm doing this meditation and other meditations or when I'm talking with people, is moving from that to um, appreciation because there's an exponential quality to it. When what is it that they say? You know, there's that phrase like what you appreciate appreciates. And what does appreciation mean? It means to grow, to expand. And so what we bring that energy of appreciation to, we're literally accessing this exponential capacity, this exponential um, force. And as we've been breathing and what we've been experiencing is that this is that infinite love, that love that is that creative force that brings idea um, and energy into form, into matter. And from this place, we are growing that. And so when we are appreciating, we are actually uh, growing more than we even can understand. I'm curious to know how each one of you is feeling about your own opening and willingness to be in this expansive energy, this exponential growth. Sometimes we receive it, I think, sometimes as manifestation. But one of the ways that it's showing up, at least for me, um, is um, in like an ease. I don't know how to, like there's inspiration that as I need something, as something emerges as I need something, the way shows or I'm given what I need. And that is manifestation, but it's also being open, completely open to what is beyond my knowing. Is anybody else experiencing that? I'm curious. Hi, Christy. I'm glad you're on. You guys, I am really not liking this light. It's like really there. It's like too bright. It was making me kind of unsettled. So yeah. Oh, I got fancy the lights. Um, so sorry about the clearing, but I've got a little tickle today. Probably allergies. I was out walking yesterday. It was so beautiful, but the wind was so strong and it was like just blowing and blowing and blowing in my face. And I came in, I was like, my whole head felt like it was exciting. I'm like, oh yeah, allergies. There's that on top of everything else. So Aurora says we're opening up in stages, and you're out on the West Coast. Are you? I think you're in Seattle, right? Um, so the first stage as we are you work in construction materials. That makes sense. Hi, Kathy. And Linda says a mixture like Rocky Road ice cream, some old stuff and an increasing amount of what feels like spring. For the first time in years, it smells like spring, light, more whole, integrated. Yes, I agree. Like I can smell the earth. I even smell some of the mildew that is residual from winter, like that over moisture that kind of works itself out. Um, so really amazing. Just like what is that opening? And look at this. So oh, I'm so glad you read chapter 9 today. Oh, that's great, Christy, because that's such an expanding chapter, right? It really opens us up to our personal uh, alignment of choice, you know, and here we are in this choice of what that looks. So really, really, really grateful that we are having this experience to be able to come into this now moment. So our practice with this meditation it really is a practice, and it's not like a practice to get somewhere. Wouldn't that be nice? Like you'll get to nirvana or you'll get to it's a practice in how the way that it comes through me is how to remain open, willing, and surrendered in a new way that is empowered. It is clear. It's not like surrendered, like you're giving yourself up. It's really like a giving of yourself fully. Like this energy of just I am all in. And the I that is all in is bigger, more expanded, more clear, more willing, less less expectant in what is coming. And so that is a powerful energetic alignment. And don't worry if even some of these words, I was talking with some friends yesterday that, sometimes when we're talking, like when I'm talking, like I will see things and I am so clear on like what I'm seeing. Like it's through this lens, through the Nea lens. And it's also through the lens of the collective that I channel, right? They they help me to see and feel things that I don't think I could see and feel. And when the words come out or when things come and people respond, it's not always in the same. It's not always like for like, but it doesn't matter. And here's the thing, it doesn't matter if you get exactly what I'm talking about, or if the connection is 100%. It's the energy of the message is meeting you where you are. And if you are open to receive, if you are open to receive, what happens is it gets in and we are forever changed, and no longer can it like be separated out. We are it's in there. And so as you receive more, what happens is you begin to shape, you begin to adjust, you begin to acclimate to a whole new consciousness without having to do as much work, without having to cognate. Cognate, is that a word? I think so. You do not have to be in your cognition of understanding. It is already in your alignment. And that is like we are being changed, not unwillingly, right? It is a willingness to be open to receive. And in the receiving, we are getting more than we can perceive, more than we can conceive, more than our mind can hold, because it is beyond our knowing. Wow, right? And so it doesn't matter if everything is a one for one. It doesn't matter if my words or the words of the how come in and you go, I get exactly what you're saying. And I go, yes, when you say what your response is or what you're getting, it matches mine. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. We are all in this willingness of being shaped and opened and adjusted in a way that is honoring our beingness, honoring our divine blueprint, honoring who we are so that we can be open and surrendered in a very authentic, a very genuine way. Um, Aurora, you said I went to get the mail with my son and it was sprinkling. Instead of feeling gross like it used to, it felt crisp and refreshing. Look at that. Like the world is opening, right? And I think we're all experiencing that. I've had deer in my yard constantly. The bunnies are out. I saw 2 coyote, and I know that some people don't like them, but I love to see wildlife. I love to see the amount of squirrels and birds and everything in my yard and around. And I just think this is more in harmony. And it's because I'm not barreling out of my driveway every day 4 or 5 times to go run errands, to go get something that I probably don't need. Every action to leave my home, to get in the car and go, I have to think about. First of all, is it open? Second of all, is it what do I really need it? Am I willing to don the mask to go in and do it, or do I wait? And do I do things more deliberate in a more deliberate manner? And in doing that, I am reducing the amount of in and out, the amount of disconnect to the world around me. I am more in harmony with the world around me. Are you experiencing this as well? I mean, think about that's less pollution, less less expectation that the world should form to me, and more that I am forming in alignment with the world around me. it's a very powerful time right now. It is a beautiful time right now, and I'm just so deeply, deeply grateful that we get to do this together. Hi, Scarlett. I'm glad you're on. Aurora had a very intense vision of coming face to face with Jesus, and I asked him for help, and he touched my third eye 3 times, and my adopted mom, who passed, appeared with my son who passed, and she handed him to me to hold, and I couldn't stop crying. That's absolutely beautiful. And that opening and opening us in that vibration of wholeness, of completeness, of clarity. And here's the thing, Aurora, my guess is, it's a guess, it's an intuitive hunch, is that you are more open to that in this now moment than you would have been 30 days ago. You might have second guessed that it was Jesus. You might have not felt worthy in some ways. You might not have been open to receive that much love, that much connection to something that sparked pain and discomfort, right? So all of this, you're expanding your ability to receive and to be with it, to be open to it, expanding. Incredibly powerful. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. So I love that you share this, because we are changing in our vibration of how we interact, how we work, how we how willing we are to receive what is coming to us, what is coming into our channel, that we are not in doubt. Where are we finding truth? Is it here between our ears, or is it in that deep knowing that we are now acclimated to, that we're feeling from, that we go, oh yeah, that, even though there are parts of me that say that can't be, that I feel it in my bones, that that's the way that it is, that that is true and real and valuable. And so as we're in that, it's very, very important. And I think it's so, so wonderful that we are all expanding in our willingness to be open and clear and whole, and to do this anyway, to be in this vibration of wholeness, right? And that's really coming from this practice. We're acclimating to wholeness. And think about what that means. I don't know whether or not you are thinking about this, or you've spent time outside of our group considering what has to change in your language, in your vibration, in your beliefs, to be in that, to allow completely, to surrender yourself to wholeness, to your wholeness, not to wholeness as a concept, but to actually experiencing fully your wholeness. What must be released? What must be let go? What must be surrendered? And we can easily slap on words, and I can feel it. I can feel it. Well, ego and my story and all of this, but really, really, before we just give the answer, have we felt our way into this, to feel what it is to feel the nourishment from spirit, to feel it flowing into us effortlessly when we breathe, how full and clear and clean and enriched and fulfilled we feel in our full experience, and what the invitation is to really rest in that, to trust in that. And Kathy, I love this. It's so difficult to learn to trust those feelings inside. A lot of mothering feeling coming through recently, and this may sound like I'm correcting that, and I don't mean it this way. Is that the difficulty, and you literally lay it out in what you're saying, is learning to trust, as though it is a process. But the trust can just be. And to just, you don't have, it's the idea that trust comes from understanding. And if we think about that, if you had to understand your mother before you trusted her when you were a baby, what would have happened? I mean, where would you have been? Where um, would you have not even tried to suckle? Would you have not even taken the bottle, right? And so thinking about this, like trust is innate in our being. And we don't get there easily from here, but we get there in our vibration. And so the more that we can surrender, and I can feel this, you guys, as I'm talking about it, as we surrender into that vibration that resides within every one of us, that vibration of our divine wisdom, of that knowing that is behind our thoughts, that resides within us, that is getting louder and more clear and more in our awareness. If we go there first, is the trust there? Or are we feeling that it is a process? It's an invitation to a new way, to a different way. And it doesn't mean that the old way is wrong. It just, many of us are being invited into a an easier, gentler way. And that is also an option for you. And that's for everyone. And as we experience our wholeness, that need for process, what are we processing? Processing what is already true? Processing to get our mind caught up to the experience? Or can we rest in it? Can we allow it to wash over and through every part of our being? And so that's really the beauty and invitation in this meditation, in this practice, in this daily connection that we have. And so I'm very excited that we have this together. I'm going to let's go ahead and begin because we're like 4 minutes late. So I'm gonna have a sip of water. All right, let us begin by breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Coming to this now moment. And as we breathe in, let us breathe in light and divine love and appreciation for this body. Feeling that love and appreciation move easily and effortlessly into this vessel that carries us. Every breath nourishing us, every breath expanding us. Our attention being brought into the whole of our being. We feel all of life moving in and through us with the breath. And as we breathe, we realize the function of our cells. They just know what to do. Our heart cells know to be heart cells, beating, working in rhythm, to move the blood through our body, to move it correctly at the right beat, to work with this vessel, to increase with adrenaline, to decrease with calm and breath. The beat that sustains all of life. It is in their blueprint, it is in their function to keep this rhythm. And lung cells know to breathe, to keep time. They breathe in unison, Our stomach knows to digest, and our intestines work to receive the nutrients, to move the food and the nourishment through our body until it all is taken from it and it becomes waste. Our body is working always in the highest functioning, knowing its nature without us having to think about it. And we are grateful and appreciative for this functioning, for this wholeness, for this beingness. We breathe and we feel the rhythm of our body with every breath, welcoming in nourishment, welcoming in wholeness, welcoming in beingness, welcoming in ease. And we bring our attention to our energy field that surrounds our body, this field of energy that is in its own rhythm, emanating in and around our being, vibrating, alive, functioning optimally, feeling the opening, the porousness between our vessel and the world. We hold the light of spirit in our being, which holds clarity and keeps us in the vibration of light, allowing it to move in and out of our being. This is the highest vibration, the most clean and clear function of our vessel. We breathe and we feel this clarity moving in and around us, permeable to the world around us. All that is good moves in and through, and all that is not in our highest good falls away easily, receiving our light and not able to diminish it. There is no end to this light that moves through our vessel. It is limitless. It is abundant. Like the air we breathe this into our vessel and we expand in our capacity to receive. Our vessel growing with every breath, growing in our capacity to hold the light and love of spirit. And we bring our attention to our connection to Mother Earth. Beneath our feet, connected to our energy field, is a beautiful cord. Like an umbilical cord, it carries life force energy from the mother to us. It is where we feel that gentle gravity on every part of our being, giving us a sense of place, a sense of home. We feel her love. We feel the home she creates for us with the atmosphere, with the energy and vibration of the earth that rises up to meet our feet. And we feel her love rising up with every breath, in and around us, thick and red, flowing in to our vessel like a divine hug, like a place that is beautiful, that is whole and complete, We breathe this into our vessel. We breathe this into our wholeness, to our beingness, and we feel the love of the Mother rising up. We are beloved to her. We feel our sense of home. Our need to belong is quenched with every breath. We are in harmonious vibration with all of life, with all of the life that she creates for us. And we are fulfilled in this love. And from here, from this energetic sense of completion and wholeness, we open ourselves to the quantum field, to the divine love of spirit. We are whole and complete and nourished, and we open like a flower. All of us open to receive the light of spirit, the Christ consciousness, which is the force of love, of whole and divine love, that breathed us into being, that breathed us into wholeness. We breathe and receive this light, this crystalline light, into our being, and it is refreshing, opening us to receive like peppermint. It is so refreshing. We open to breathe in even more the love of spirit, to breathe in even more the love of the divine in our vessel. Every breath expanding us to receive even more. There is infinite love. This love is the creative force, that which all is made from, that which creates. And we create in this energetic field. We receive and we release. Every breath we relax into the love of our Mother. We relax into the infinite love and abundance of this universe we are one with. And we breathe this wholeness into the collective consciousness of humankind. Our vessel receiving and emitting the light of spirit. Our vessel expanding and allowing light to move through us for all to receive, to see, to experience, that it may enliven and awaken their knowing, their awareness, their light. Every breath of our being is our connection between our inner and outer worlds. It is how we connect to truth, to what is right, to what is clear, and we breathe. We breathe easily and effortlessly into this vessel, this body that carries us and has carried us through time and space. As we breathe, we are now beyond time. We are now without specific space, and we are here in this now experience, connected, open, expanded, and breathing. Our vessel, the light body of all that is. We experience our wholeness and the truth that vibrates in every cell of our being. We vibrate with it. We vibrate in our knowing that is beyond our thoughts, beyond our understanding, and we expand. Every breath, we are more willing to let go, to surrender our need for understanding, our need to know, and we expand in our trusting, our presence, our clarity in this now moment, in this expanded experience. We are awake, we are present, and we are open. And this vessel is expanding, is ever more present, ever more clear, creating a space for this soul that resides within the vessel to open, to be whole and complete, to shine brightly, all in this now moment, growing ever more present, ever more connected to all of life, to all of consciousness, and to experience godliness with every breath, to experience the holiness of itself, of all of humanity and all of life, expanding now, acclimating to this truth in our vibration. And as we breathe, we experience what it is to be breathed: life, love, God moving through us, breathing us in the oneness, the holiness. And as we breathe for the all. We breathe this rhythm into the collective consciousness. We breathe with the life of nature that is all around and ever present to our being. In every breath, we experience greater harmony. Harmony in the oneness, harmony in our wholeness, and harmony in the holiness of life. We are attuned to this. We are awake to this. We are experiencing this in our vessel, in our cells, in our beingness, in our consciousness. And with every breath, we breathe this experience into the collective, into all of humanity, that they may experience it too. That they may open to this truth, that they may experience this love, this awakening of harmony, harmony with life, harmony with this present moment, harmony in our wholeness. Every breath creating greater spaciousness because we are expanding in our capacity, and our capacity of this vessel expands the capacity of all of the consciousness. allowing more spaciousness for light to move freely, for it to find its way, casting out the shadows, lifting the darkness, sparking hope and inspiration in the minds, in the souls, in the vessels of humanity. This is gentle and loving and kind, and it moves with great ease. Love opens, dear ones. It is a force that awakens that which is true within every living creature, every living vessel. We reach for the light. It is our natural state to rise to the light. And every breath is an awakening moment for the many. And it is from this place, it is from this knowing, it is from this expanded awareness, this new consciousness, that you experience the possibility that is beyond your understanding, that is beyond all that you can imagine on your own. And it awakens the willingness to let go and believe, to let go and surrender your limited thinking, the limitations of your story, the limitations of what you have believed is your capacity. And you may regard humanity with compassion, with inspiration. All of the blockage, all of the debris, all of the limitations that has created congestion in your vessel. There is now spaciousness and a willingness to release. And as you breathe and as you surrender, this becomes the spaciousness and the willingness for the congestion on this planet to let go and be recycled, to be open to inspiration. And in the collective consciousness, for light to shine in, for the walls, the bricks to be dismantled, for the hardness to succumb to the light that moves in gently in the cracks and in the crevices, gently nudging awake those who have been asleep. All children long for comfort, for love, for awakening. And you breathe this comfort, this awakening, this truth that you hold in your vibration is awakened in all of life. You are learning to breathe more fully. You are learning to breathe for yourself, for your vessel, and with others, with all of life, with all of humanity. Your capacity increasing and the capacity of all increasing. Every breath, breathing in lightness, breathing clarity and expansion. Every cell of your body experiencing the interchange of light and clarity, of nourishment, of fulfillment with every breath, and every exhalation a surrender, a release, so that you may receive even more. There is plenty, and the need to hold, the fear that there will not be enough is falling away from your consciousness. Enough is too little for you, dear ones. It is too little for all of life. Opening yourselves to the infinite, opening yourselves to this field awakens a new language, a new way of being, a new vessel for you to emerge into, opening and expanding. Breathing the light of spirit, breathing light for yourselves and for the all. It moves in and out of your being, nourishing you, expanding you. And as you breathe and open, bringing your awareness to all of life, to the earth that you walk upon, to the plants and trees that live here, who breathe in your waste, the carbon dioxide that they live upon, you are now releasing more effortlessly, that they may receive and breathe more fully as well. There is capacity on this planet for more than you realize. And you are breathing with all of life, all living things, all living creatures, bacteria, viruses, molds, mildews, grass, seed, flowers, trees, worms, insects, spiders, all of these things who live and know, dear ones, they know their function as your cells of your heart know to beat, your lung cells know how to breathe. Each and every creature on this planet knows its function, and you are awakening to yours. You are both creative and functioning in love. You are able not to work over or to use your power over life, nature, but to harness and work with this force, to feel your power work in alignment, in harmony with life, in harmony with your nature and the nature of life, with each other, feeling the beat of hearts, feeling the breath moving in and out of all lungs, feeling the blood moving through all vessels. This is the vibration of life, and there is harmony in knowing and working with your divine blueprint. It awakens within you, and you relax into this truth, this vibration that resides in your being. Every breath expanding you, feeling how expanded you are, how far you reach in your awareness. And now, with every breath, increasing tenfold. And tenfold again. Expanding outward, around, and through all of life, feeling it move in and through your consciousness, feeling you move in and through the consciousness of life. through cities, rivers, oceans, lands, mountains, ever present, ever expanded, feeling the harmony of life force move in and through you, feeling the love of the mother rise in your awareness, feeling your vessel breathe in with the light of spirit, the love that is creative. You are breathing not only through your lungs, through your energy field, through your vessel, through your mother, your life force, your light force growing and in harmony, feeling your light breathed in by all of life, all of humanity. You are nourishing those who are longing, aching to know who they are in your wholeness, in this experience of you in this now moment. You feel the infinite moving through you. You are fearless. You are whole. You are holy. And you emanate the light of holiness. And you carry this forward in your vessel, expanded, whole, complete. You feel this move in and through you, feeling all of life, the plants, the animals, the small, the great, your brothers and sisters around the planet, the children, the elderly, those who know, those who are awakening, those who are asleep, you breathe with them. They open in their dream state, they open in their own breath. As you are enriched and enlightened and whole, you are enriching, enlightening, and offering the vibration of wholeness to all. And it is from this knowing, this vibration, that you have all that you need. You are clear, awake, aware, your vessel expanded, enlightened, breathing light effortlessly. Your being awake and enlivened, your resources at capacity, your capabilities in your gifts growing with every breath, and your trust is alive and well and vibrating within you. And you breathe with the planet because you can. You breathe and awaken others in their breath of light because you can. And you breathe in, dear ones, you breathe in and you know that I am. I am. I am. I am. I am. Beautiful beings of light, beautiful beings and vessels of light. Feel your expansiveness. Feel how far your awareness, your breath, your light extends. How many see and feel your growing presence, your growing light? How you acclimate to this. It is in your surrender, your willingness to let go, to be in this vibration that allows your wholeness to emerge in your consciousness, in your vibration. It is difficult to hold what is limited. It is difficult to feel limitation and doubt and fear and emerge in wholeness. These two do not live simultaneously. It is not that you do not move in and out of this awareness, for you are acclimating to it. One moment in fear, the next expanded beyond your comprehension. So it is, dear ones. Do not judge yourself. This is a time of growing compassion and kindness, not for all, not only for those who you see as limited, but for your own limited capacity. You are growing, you are expanding, and how hard you are on your own beingness. How hard and difficult you make this experience of simply being, of simply growing, of simply expanding. It is effortless. As you breathe, how difficult is it to breathe into this being, into this vessel that is? If you are concentrating on how you breathe, you are holding in your breath. You're holding in your mind. Is this right? Is this wrong? But your body, your vessel knows to breathe. Your lungs know to expand. Your diaphragm moves up and down. You cannot hold your breath for long without your body getting beyond your mind. The will to be, the will to live is strong. It is great in all things. And it is the mind that says, no, I can control this. I can manage this. And it is not in the management that life flows. It is in the harmony of the mind, of the force of life that allows the lungs to breathe in and out, allows the heart to beat, allows the digestion to happen, allows your energetic vibration to flow and expand. This is an awakening, dear ones, to truth. Your thoughts are not managing you. Your mind knows its function, sending the signals to operate this vessel. And you are now attuning to new ways of being. And do you think your mind, your noisy thoughts can keep up with all that is happening? So where must you go for truth? Well, within, dear ones, to this vibration that is now awake and alive in your being. You feel it now, vibrating. Do you know what truth is? Ask yourself, what is truth? Let me feel it in my being. Ah, there you see. Every part of you awake and alive in vibration. And what is not truth? Do you feel the stillness, the quiet, the lack of vibration, the lack of energy moving through your being? Is this enough for you? Is this enough to help you be? It requires some change in where you put your attention. And this is just habit. But as you breathe, it does not matter if you understand or not, you are being of service. You are allowing the light to move in and through you, whether you understand or not. As this one is allowing energy to move in and out of her being, as you see, this body knows what to do. There is no amount of mind that can stop the sneeze. It knows what to do. Allow yourself to fall into your nature, to feel this harmony moving through you, aligning with you, acclimating you to truth, feeling it move in all pieces of you. It is not just your heart or your mind as you have been living. It is every cell, every vibration of you. There are not pieces more holy than others. There is only wholeness. All of your experience is holy. All of your knowledge, all of your wisdom, all of your life experiences of this soul, of this being, holy, dear ones. So what is the story becomes irrelevant. It becomes less than necessary. Can you breathe into this, allowing these truths to wash over and through you? We support you in your breath. We love you in this now moment and in all moments. This love that moves through us is not one of expectation. We breathe harmony with you. We breathe love with you. We breathe the divine power with you. We breathe your wisdom with you. That you may awaken, that you may find your way. You are the way. You are the ones to create. All of humanity gathering together in oneness to create the new world you speak of, the new world you long for. To do this in harmony, to feel all of life. You, in your function, are creative, dear ones. But to create only in limitation, to create only what you can conceive of, will beget more of what you have already had. To wait for direction will give you also more of what you have already had. It is now time to be in your power, to be clear, to be willing, to be open, to allow this creative force to move in and through you. And we honor this in you. Excuse me. Mm. I'm so grateful that we are here. I'm just really hearing all of that. It was very interesting, this experience of being in vibrational mm, presence, witnessing and being in that message. This invitation to wholeness to emanate this, not just in the practice, but in our way of being. The invitation is to remain in this and to allow what feels like a complete renewal of our experience of ourselves. Feels like we're being like turned inside out, almost to see something so completely different than what we have held to be true of who we are. And it's gentle. Nothing in this. This is what I find so completely awesome about this, is that it is so gentle. It is so vastly different than energies that I have experienced, uh, that I've read about, that I am hearing about. How many of us for so long have longed for peace? Peace for ourselves, peace in our communities, peace in our marriages, peace with our children, peace in the world. Ever since I was little, there was this desire for peace. And then what has come lately is, if we had it, would we know what to do with it? We've wanted something, an idea for so long, that are we ready? Are we open to a new way that isn't hard, that isn't painful, that isn't requiring a complete ripping apart or tearing down, beating down, like these words, and all I keep coming back to is how gentle this is. It's like I am being turned inside out. I am uncomfortable, but it's a gentle discomfort. I don't feel like I'm being ripped apart. Angela, oh my gosh, birthed into gentleness, loved unconditionally, held, honored, truly felt this longing. It is finally here. I long no more. It is here, this gift of now. Look at this. I am just, yes, yes. And it isn't just for those of us doing that, like this breathing, as we experience, it's kind of interesting, because there's this idea that in utero, right, the mother's experiences, what the mother eats, the child receives, right? As the mother moves and is experiencing emotions, so the child is experiencing emotions. In many ways, what we are experiencing in our own individual experience, we are nourishing the whole. We are nourishing the collective. And this, no matter, the the baby is still whole and complete, but it's receiving different nourishment. And nourishment, like you said, the longing, that deep longing. And this is, we talk about, I've heard mother wound, I've heard the original sin, original wound. This is what it's not even being healed. It's coming into, it was never not whole. The wound is the that story, that belief that there is something inherently wrong, inherently broken, inherently in discord. And we are coming into this energy, and to be honest, I think it has always been, I don't think our capacity as a consciousness could hold this, could receive this experience of wholeness without this divine harmony energy, this divine feminine energy that we are now experiencing on this planet. Never before. What we hold as divine feminine, as goddess, as feminine, as womanly, as all of this, it's not to say that it isn't divine, but we have never in human experience, never on this planet entered an energetic consciousness of feminine consciousness, of the divine feminine, of harmony, as the it's not that it didn't exist, it's the force of it. It is the 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 shaping of it, the vibration of it that is informing us, and it is creating discord, discomfort, dis-ease even in the consciousness right now, because in order for this to come in, it is requiring a complete letting go, a complete shedding for what is to be birthed, what is coming in, and it is already here, it is already emergent. And what we are being brought in is to this vibration of wholeness, this vibration of the love of the mother that rises up in every one of us, in our wholeness, and not just in our wholeness, but in the wholeness of every single being, that all of life merges and moves through us, that we are all born from the mother and the father, that there is no thing that can be in the way of that love that birthed us, that we emanate from, and that emanates within every part of our being. We are whole in our vessel. We are whole in our being. We are expanded far beyond our name, far beyond our story. And this is what is emergent. This is what is coming clear.